Good morning, and how is everybody this fine morning? For those of you who are just joining in for the very first time, my name is Jeff Perryman, and this is Vectors and Pixels. This is a little video stream that I do, me drawing this, drawing that, whatever I feel like. And today we're going to continue what we started last week, which is to work on a little dragon coming up out of a pumpkin. We're calling the Halloween dragon. Yeah, you might notice something's a little different in this stream if you've seen it in the past. You're not looking up my nose. In the past, my monitor, my camera, has sat on my desk on this little tripod right here. And it served me well. But I recently picked up a boom arm that I was going to use for a different project. I have a DLSR camera that I was going to sit on this swing arm. And it worked just fine until I stuck the lens on the camera, and then it just became too heavy for the main ball joint to hold it. It kept flopping and falling over. So I thought to myself, I'm having problems reading my chat comments because my camera's always sitting right there. And people are always looking up my nose. So now we have the camera boop, 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 on a little boom. Actually, I need to come down just a hair because my mic is right there. And these are part of the improvements that all of you have helped me make. Good morning, Breathing Karma. How are you today? Yes, stream. Sorry. It's time for more coffee. Well, thank you very much. Do you like the little improvements? You're no longer staring up my nose. It's more of a straight on. So I have a camera boom now. Good morning, Lisa Lee. I hope everyone's doing well. We are going to continue with the little baby dragon today. So, yay. Yeah, coffee. Today on it. Oh, hey, Phil's liked it. Hey, Phil, stick around for just a second. I got some business to show. So as we all know that I'm going to be going at Tucson Comic-Con in September. And at that point, we're going to be hopefully introducing, if I can get my act together, battle badges, which is right here. Well, I've been doing some experiments with the badges itself. Phil, can you see that? It's a little shiny, but can you see that? That is a little green sword for the green circle. The advantages of working with magnets. So what we have right here is a bunch of magnets, health magnets, and these are the combat magnets for battle badges for our green warrior. And now we have a green sword. Now, this isn't spray paint. I print these in gray, and they do have a coating on them, but it's a rubberized coating, which makes them feel really nice. It's basically Plastidip. And as you can see, I haven't painted the backs of them yet. So this is the color they are. Whoops, over here. Normally. And then we're going to coat them with this nice Plastidip, which I love that. Gives them a nice feel, but what I've learned is sometimes if you drop the swords or the shields, because they're resin, there is a chance that they might shatter and break. So, oh, the magnets are open. Thank you very much, Ashley. So with the Plastidip, once I get them painted on both sides, if this were to fall and crack or break, it still stays together, and I don't have pieces flying all over the place. The other good news is that we will be selling replacement weapons for your color of choice. We've shown on here the wizards, so there are other classes besides the fighters, but we're going to introduce just the basic fighter at Tucson Comic-Con, and we're going to have green, blue, and red, which are the three main colors, the elements of the game. And the only reason the colors matter is in cases of a tie of some sort, kind of rock, paper, scissors to determine who actually wins the round. So I'm very excited to have those ready. So they don't look so bad. I thought this was going to be a little too neon green, but because this gets sprayed, man, that's hard to see. Because this gets sprayed over a gray background, it tones it down a little bit. So I'm very happy, and of course we have the oops, where is it? The hearts. I'm trying to do this backwards. We have the hearts, which are your health, and that moves around until you are no longer able to play. So there's that, Phil. The blue looks amazing. The red looks amazing. We've got hearts coming on the way. We've got other badges coming on the way. We're not going to have a huge run to begin with, but we will have a nice little run. So Phil, that was for you. Phil Morrissey is my partner in crime. Back in the early 80s, Battle Badges was introduced as a convention game, and it's still going to be a convention game. And I've been wanting to redo this game kind of like this for a very long time. And so he, along with Melon Dogs, is allowing me to take point on this, and together we're going to be reissuing this game, this lovely game from the 80s. It was a lot of fun to play, and you can play it social distanced. You can play it in a large crowd of people and not disturb anybody other than your oohs and ahs. And hoo, I got yous. So this is the beauty of this game. This is was born in a time when Killer was out by Steve Jackson Games, where you took dart guns or water guns or bananas labeled .45 caliber, and you tried to assassinate each other. Well, this is a combat game that you can play in an elevator, and no one will know the difference or will be bothered by it. So that's what I love about this game. So hopefully it picks up. If not, it's fun. It's just only going to be available through conventions. But anyway, business is out of the way. That's all the business I have. New boom for the camera. Magnets are coming along. A lot of the prototyping is good. New mic boom thingy here. This is the thing that we have here is what broke last time. So yay. You still owe me business discussion. Yes, I do. Let me put my mic back where it belongs. Actually, I was just looking at the link, which whoops, wrong way. Which hand? This hand. This link right here. chainreactionstore.com. It works. It's there. But there's nothing for sale just yet. We do have a solution. You can generate individual QR codes and other things through Square, and I think that's the direction that we can do this, because it's already set up and ready to rock, and then it's just seamless between conventions or online. So you and I, Breathing Karma, have a date to probably discuss and implement that a little bit further. Thank you, Lori. Yes, it is very fancy. It was also very inexpensive. It looks cool, doesn't it? I look professional. Okay, let's put this thing back where it belongs. There we go. And hopefully the sound is good. Hopefully everyone can see me today. Let's see. Sound's on, so yeah, you guys can't hear me. Let's put this back where it goes. This is such a fiddly little boom I've got this on, because there's like literally millimeters between it looks like a big set. I keep looking at me. I'm so narcissistic. I should be looking at you guys. It looks like a big set. There's really not a lot of distance between me and that backdrop, or me and this mic, and the level of the mic and the camera, so it's a very small space in here. But we make do. But that's not why we're here to talk about my studio. We're here to talk about Halloween Dragon. Now, it's July. Why are we talking about Halloween? Because it takes me that long to do stuff. So let's come over here to the dragon. This is where we left off last week, if you remember. We got him to this point. We got, whoops, let's zoom in here. Dink. Let's zoom in here. So we got the head done, we got the little fingers done, and we got the jack-o'-lantern done, and it's probably the only thing that's in color right now, because we still haven't really decided what color the little dragon's going to be. We've heard colors of green and purple and black. These are all good colors, but it's also going to be a nighttime scene. It's going to be underlit from below from the jack-o'-lantern, and so there's some things we can play with. So we're going to leave him grayish for now. Play around with him a little bit, but we need to do the body of this little guy, his little feet dangling down, his little tail dangling down. And it doesn't have to be very detailed. We can do this with a series of circles, nothing shattering, but we do kind of want to get his silhouette in there. And he's going to go from whatever color he ends up here around the neck down to black being silhouetted by whatever the light source, the candle behind him, which we won't see. There's no reason to draw that part. But we do need to draw, let's get rid of the pumpkin front. We need to kind of draw his body. And so that's going to go between the pumpkin front, actually going to go between the head and the pumpkin insides, because it's got to go behind the head because we've got a neck there. So we're going to create a layer. Let's see, insert layer. Name our layer Dragon. Not a lizard. I don't do the tongue thing. Sorry. Alright, so we have a dragon body. We're gonna make everything's locked, everything's good, and we're ready to roll. So I'm gonna pick red just because it's easy to see, and we're going to get rid of any fill. We're going to go from a square to an oval tool, which is what we use to draw circles. I didn't name it. Thank you, Adobe, for making it so crystal clear, just like mud. And we're going to play around now. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, you can see the link, haha, cleverly hidden at the bottom here. Not so clever. Cleverly hidden at the bottom here. Buy me a cup, or buy me a coffee. I always put buy me a cup of coffee. That's not right. It's buymeacoffee.com/chainreaction. It is because of the donations that I was able to replace my boom mic holder, as well as get a camera boom for this camera here. The distance, camera was there, it's here now. So the distance between the camera where it was, and you can't even see that, between the camera where it was and where it is about like this. And it sits between my monitors right now, which means that when I get comments all the way at the bottom of the page, you don't have to see me go, what are they saying? I can't see what they're saying. I can now see comments clear. Nothing's in the way. I might get a little something over here, but the camera does not cover up anything really important in this corner of the software, so we're good. This was a good, elegant solution. I don't like this cord hanging down the way it is, so I'll probably have to come back after this and tidy things up because I wasn't even sure this was going to work. So let's get to our Durgan. Let's just draw a little circle here. Let's do the shoulder circle thing here. Let me move my coffee out of the way. Yay! And I'm going to do that. Fortunately, I know my keyboard shortcuts, so I probably should rely on those more. So my dragons are made up of a series of circles. There's no secret to that. Whoops. And so when drawing a body like this, and even though it's just going to be in silhouette, I'm just going to continue with the fat little circles. See, we're not going to see most of this. That's okay. Let's see what the front says. Yeah, we're not going to see most of this, but it's going to be there. We will know it's there. And I think he needs to be a little bit fatter because he's a baby dragon. He's growing. Put that there, and I'm going to elongate it just a little bit. Again, we're not going to see it, but I overdraw my pieces for a reason. In case I have to move things around, I'm not scrambling to try to fill in gaps and stuff. So we are going to hide the dragon head for the moment, and we're going to hide the toesies, and we're going to play around with this shape. And we're going to get out our drawing line tool, and we're going to just kind of dink, dink. We're going to get rid of everything else in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect for this. So I guess my dragons are pear-shaped, for lack of anything else. Then we have the tip of the tail, which is going to be somewhere down here. Make sure everything's lined up. Just a little tip right there. And again, we're going to get out the line tool. Go right there. Nope, there's not enough taper. Don't like that. Let's go from here. There we go. Need a little more taper. All right. You're going to see me go, yeah, that's perfect, and then, you know, undo it, do it again. But I'm getting closer to what I want to see. Nice little taper there. Yeah, then we're going to have the leggies. Now the footies, kind of just this shape right here. And then what I'm going to do, you're not going to see this part, but it will be important. And, oops, wrong one. Want this one. Well, before we do that, let's move you over. Let's bring you in. Okay, that does not go where I want it to go. Okay. Now I'm just going to... How do I want to do this? I think we'll do it. Yeah. Yes, no, maybe, sideways. Both of you, be quiet. Let's zoom in here. Because it's really not important. I know he has rounded fingertips, and the dragons I tend to draw have little rounded toesies. But for purposes of this silhouette, I don't think that's as important. We're not going to see too much of it. I just want to hint at the toes. Put that there. Bring this guy over. And kind of match that angle, which now gives me what I'm after. Sort of. Again, it's just a silhouette, so we're going to make a mess here at some point. There we go. That'll work for now. And this is messy, so we're gonna clean this up. Yeah. You go back there, and let's tidy that up. Put you there. There. Eek. Let's tidy this up a little bit. Like that, just enough for the silhouette. Doesn't really matter. Just doing a silhouette. There we go. All right, not quite what I had in mind, but it'll do the job. Okay, we know what it is. And we're gonna take that foot, put it right here, scale it into place. Probably not going to see 90% of that, what I just did, but hey, I know it's there, you know it's there, that's all that matters. Now we're going to copy this foot, and then we're going to go modify transform, flip horizontal, because we can, and there we go, about there, and then we're just going to, nope, nope, nope. yep. Favorite character from Land Before Time. Yep. And it's okay to be not symmetrical. Oh, V. Why am I craning around looking for a tool? Swear. Gotta get used to this new layout. Alright, so now we have a silhouette that we can work with here. But it needs a neck. So let's bring out the head real fast. Let's make sure everything's where I want it. We also need the toes. Make sure everything's where I want it. And then drop it down just a little bit because I want to see more neck than anything else. And then we're going to put in a neck. Just ever so slightly. And then we're going to hide the head so I can cap this off. And with that, we have our body that we will use. And now we want it to gradient. Oh, hey, William Voss. Yay! Thank you for liking the stream, buddy. I have missed working with you. I hope you're doing so well. Drop in anytime. Say hi. Drop a comment in. You know, I love it when my friends try to derail me. So far, I've been doing very well. Oh, that coffee goes well. And like I said, if you want to help fuel my caffeine art engine, well, there's the link right there. Shameless plug, I know. And I really don't do this for the money, which is interesting. I feel kind of dirty whenever I say, hey, buy me a cup of coffee, hey. But it does, equipment breaks, my time has a value, at least so people tell me. So I do the thing. But I really do this because I like doing this, and I'll make my money selling the prints and hopefully endearing myself to your hearts, and that'll be a lot more fun for me. But if you want to support me directly, you can buy my art at the conventions, and soon you'll be able to buy it online. And you can buy me a cup of coffee just to say, hey, we want to support the cause. I appreciate that. Back to the live action. All right, so we're gonna do a gradient. We're gonna do a fake gradient right now. We're gonna go from this gray to a black, so it's not exactly rocket science. In fact, look, there's one right here. But let's adjust this one because this one goes to white, and we don't want to start with that. We're gonna go to here. All right, we're gonna go, hey, awesome. We don't want a solid color, we want a linear gradient. That goes to black, and I need it to go to this gray to start with. And then I need a real tight, so let's put that in there. Of course, it wants to put it in from side to side because it just assumes that's what I want. So I have this other tool that allows me to grab this and adjust the gradient the way I want it, which is awesome because we want this to be a fairly tight gradient. And then we're going to take the dragon body and we're going to go ahead and give it a black outline as well. And then when we come back and unhide everything, oh, we need to unhide that too, kind of gives us the effect we're looking for. It's not perfect, but it does the ducky? Where's the ducky? Or is it just ducky? Or do I need to duck? Do you guys know something I don't? More coffee. I work 10 hours prior to doing these streams, and then I try to get in a little bit of a nap so I can hang in for the 2 hours that we're going to do this for. And let me tell you, I need all the coffee I can get. Good coffee, bad coffee, coffee. I'll chew beans if I have to. All right, we're on 4 platforms now. We've added Trovo in addition to YouTube, Facebook, and of course Twitch. And for those of you who are watching this on Trovo, thank you very much. I'm in the other category. Apparently they are new enough they don't have an art category yet, but I'm understanding artists are finding good purchase on Trovo, and so here I am giving it a whirl. If you are watching on Trovo, give me a sign that you're out there alive. Hey, Stellar, yay! How you guys doing? I caught the last stream. Very cool stuff. T-shirts and products. That's exciting. I can't wait to get together and compare notes with you guys. I gotta stop that. I always comment on the ums or is. And it was something I learned when I was in speech in high school, theater/speech. And then later, a friend of mine got into broadcasting in college, and they said that the ums and the uhs are just the death knell of a presenter. And that may be true, but in the world of YouTube, it's a common occurrence. Alrighty, so we have a finished dragon. Does he need wings? Do we need little wings coming up out of the pumpkin, or do we need to leave him as is? Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to drink some more coffee. That was my excuse, just to get more coffee into me. And the delay is always fun because I'll say something and there's a delay between the time I say something and it goes out, and then there's a delay between your response and it coming in. So this will be interesting. Okay, a vote for leave him as is. And I think the wings might be a little, it will add a little confusion, it'll get a little too clustered, but a lot of people like the wings. So what we're going to do, I'll let you guys debate on the wings, because as far as I'm concerned, we're going to go file, save, but we are not finished with this piece. There is so much to do. We have a whole world to create around this dragon. So we're going to start a little bit on the background. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add a layer, and I'm going to call it the sky. And we are going to create let's not be mean. I'm just going to take a blue for right now, and then we're going to turn off the edge. I'm going to turn this back to a square, a little square right there. What is the actual size of this? Is a 720 by 576. What an odd size for an 8 by 10. We are going to put this at 0, which is the upper left-hand corner. It is universal. All the way back when I got into video games, this was kind of universal for sprites, is the center of the universe was always in the upper left-hand corner. And then we said that this was a 720 by 576, so we'll make this 720 by 576, which is again a very odd, but it fills the background. Let's get rid of that patterning there. So this will be our night sky. I think this should be a night piece. So let's work on our gradient that will make for a nice night sky. I've never done a night sky before. Waiting for the lightning. So, looking at this piece immediately, I look at the dragon, and I know we haven't fixed his colors, but he doesn't have the heavy key line that I normally put around the dragons. And that's bothering me a little bit, but I'm going to leave it for now. We do also have the lid of the pumpkin. We can keep it or not. Out comes the black crayon. Hey! I feel called out. Yes, out comes the black crayons in the form of a gradient. We do know that the night... I'm going to move this over here so I can see what I'm doing. We are not going to do a solid color. We are going to do a linear gradient. Or are we? Should there be a moon? I think there needs to be a little moon. Do we want over here? We don't need a big moon. We need a little moon. Um, hmm. Hmm. I think we think the king is a pink. We're going to go with a muted blue of some kind. And we're going to come over here. We need the sky to be fairly dark, but not... Ooh. Oh, a crescent moon. Ooh. I don't do many of those, do I? Ooh. Well, we'll have to do one now. We're going to desaturate the darkest color, but we still want a little blue in that. Then we're going to come down to a very desaturated, lighter color. And we're just going to play with this to begin with. Don't want it quite, because it is a night sky. We do want a little darkness going on here. And we're going to go ahead and add this in. And of course, there we go. We have to drag this around, kind of play around with this. For our purposes, I think that'll be good for the gradient. For now, I'm not 100% sold on this gradient. I think I want to desaturate it here. I think at this point, even though we're not going to really see it, I want to add a little more saturation to that blue. Play around with this just a little bit, lightening it up and adding a little more saturation. Okay, that works for me. Again, we're probably not going to see any of it, but it's there. Again, we know it's there, so I'm going to save this. Save often, boys and girls. See, Gilead has the advantage, Stellar. Not only is he a phenomenal Frazetta-style artist, but his sketchpad doesn't crash except to the ground. And then he can pick it up, and it's exactly where it was. If I crash, whew, and trust me, I have. That's a bad day right there. You should, Stellar, do me a favor. Could you post any web links for Gilead in chat so that people can see his amazing work? I would love to share more of his work to the world, and I don't have a problem cross-pollinating with other artists. In fact, I encourage it. I want any artist to come in and say, hello, show me your work. I want to see your work. I want you to see my work. We're like that. We're artists. We want everything on the fridge. So if you could do that, that'd be amazing. All right. We want a pumpkin patch. This is going to be a pumpkin patch. So behind the sky, I'm going to insert another layer. We're going to call this midground, because I'm not sure how many layers I'm going to work in. Oh, nidground, that's nice. Cute, Jeff. Learn to spell. There we go. And then I am going to take my handy dandy stylus and take... We're going to go pure black at the moment. I don't think that's what I want. And I want to kind of get a feel here. What I want... higher. I think I want a little bit higher. We're going to make a pumpkin patch, and we're just going to make this right through there. Give it a bit of a, yeah, then we're going to add some black outlines of grass in front of this. I think for that, that's going to be good. Let's hide the sky. And then I'm going to change this midground color just so I can see it to this awful pink. It doesn't matter. We're never going to see it. Woo. Okay, now let's have some fun. first things first, let's smooth these arcs out just a little bit. And let's, how big is my brush? My brush is a 2, that's fine. Whoop, whoop. Yes, the black crayon is out. No laughing. I'm gonna break this outline up here. Just takes a little bit of time to get the grass in at this scale, but it's rewarding. Snickers and hey! Again, I feel called out. Is that a big old bush kind of thing there? Now I'm going to hide everything but this mid-ground. So I can get in here and pull his grass all the way across. And it's going to take me a moment. Sorry, guys. Grass is not easy. It's not easy being black. The color of the night sky. That, I don't know, was PC or not, because as I was singing it, I was like, ooh, that may not come out the way I meant it. So, if anyone takes offense, I'm sorry. That was not the intention of this artist. We don't have to be as detailed, because this is where the dragon itself is going to be. We'll just... have some fun here. Yeah, let's fill that in. That doesn't look quite... There we go. Probably want a smaller brush for that kind of thing. Yeah. Let's throw a few tufts in here. Yeah. Oops. Comes to organic things, you don't have to be perfect. Alrighty, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. A little more work to go. Yep, black crayon is probably the greatest cheat I have. So I like doing things in silhouette. You don't have to draw everything, you just have to get the outline so that it reads. And this is actually something I taught when I was teaching level design. I would teach the artists how to 3D model. And some of the earliest lessons were about silhouettes. Yeah, not feeling whatever. Yeah, not feeling whatever that mess is. Going, speaking of silhouettes, there we go. And so it doesn't matter how beautifully something's modeled or rendered. If the silhouette doesn't look right, it's not. If it doesn't read from a distance, it's not going to work. So I would teach them this lesson by forcing them to create things in as few as polys as I could imagine. A crate, which is just the box. I would say build a crate in 20 polygons. Well, it's triangles, not quads, for those of you who are in the know. Well, for those of you who are not in the know, a box is 12. And there's not a whole lot you can do with those other 6 triangles. So the lesson with the box is let your textures do the heavy lifting where possible. The next thing is I give them 30 polygons to build me a barrel. And you can do okay. Usually the best solution is a 5-sided object that's very polygonal. And the lesson there is round sucks. So you're going to spend a lot more of your triangles, your polygons, when you go to do a rounded surface. So you need to plan for that. Especially if you're working on a silhouette, and that roundedness is important to the silhouette. And the lesson of silhouettes is I go back to 20 polygons again, and I say, make me a bottle. And I've seen some very creative, wonderful solutions to this. And the lesson is that as long as the silhouette says bottle, it's a bottle. And that's where that lesson is. So here's our grass, a little roughed up. And let's unhide everybody. All right, doing pretty good there. He's a little lonely. I think there needs to be like a fence here, a little picket fence kind of thing going on here. I think we need some grass. We need some other pumpkin stuff going on. But I also think that pure black is not the way to go with this midground. So we're going to take the midground and we're going to grab get a feel for the blue here in a second. But we're definitely going to desaturate it and silhouette it. Hey Ed, thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for stopping by even. I love it when my friends come by. Now let's take a look at that. That's a little better. A little better. And so what we're going to do, boys and girls, can you guess? Why, ooh. You know, I moved that window and it disappeared. I didn't mean to remove it. Where's my gradient? Uh-oh. Eyes. Oh, maybe I left it here. Never mind. Let's escape. Bink. Oh, there it is. Color picker. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted doink. My gradient transform tool. No, that's not. I've lost a tool. Where did it go? It was right here. Is it behind? Nope. Something new has been removed. So it was right there. So let's see. No, Windows. Boink. And I want. There's a line, colors, swatches. Is it swatches? No. Hang on. Boink. Yeah, this is what I want. What color? That's weird. We'll figure it out. But we don't want a solid color. We want a gradient color. And we've already got this gradient for the sky in here, which works just fine. Except now I do want to go to pure black at this end of the gradient, but I want this end of the gradient to be this color right here. It's going to be very subtle, and I'm not even sure how this is going to print. Oh, thank you, Spunket. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you got some sleep. I really do. All right. I'm going to put you over here because I keep losing you, so we're just going to hang on to you. There we go. I can grab you. Move you over here. Yeah, let's put you there. Now we're going to add, there's that again. I'm going to add this gradient into here. Change the gradient around. Doink. Now the reason we're doing this is we want the foreground to be in the black. because we're going to put grass and things in front of the pumpkin. And I want it silhouetted so the pumpkin, boink, really shines. And we're going to have some fun with that. And to that end, just a little bit as I'm thinking about it, I'm doing everything with the stylus. It's very unusual for me. Where is my holder? There it is. And I keep losing this thing. In there. Let's go back to the mouse. And I'm going to play around. Speaking of the gradient tool, let's grab the pumpkin inside. We're going to play around with that just a little bit. Just because it's fun. Dink. Let's go to our gradient. We're going to make this one a radial, which means it's going to be circular. And we know that the bright color is going to be this here yeller. But I think it needs to go all the way down to this deep glowy orange, at least to start with. And that's reversed. I need the bright color over here. Over here! Alright, get that way. And then dink. Or did I do it backwards yet again? I bet it backwards just again. Yes, I did. I bet I did. But let's make sure. Let's give myself the best chance for failure. Weak. Aha! I did do it right. And now we're going to play around with. That's our mid-tone. Going to make this a really, hopefully, a hotter hot spot. There we go. That was bothering me a little bit, and I need to probably bring this down into a nice cooler red, like that. Keep that hot spot in there, that in there, and then go pow. Yeah, we need to now hit our adjustments for this. See, now you understand the silhouette that I was working with. I might have to break him up a little bit because I kind of want to put that in a bit of a blur, but we'll work on that here in a second. All right, we have a sky. We have a midground. We need some foreground grass, maybe some vines with spikes on, because I know pumpkin patch vines are very curly, but I don't know if they have stickers, so I'll have to think about that. Also, he doesn't feel very centered to me. I don't know what it is, but we're going to play around with some centering of our main character. Grab all of this. Not much that needs to be adjusted, just enough. I'm going to grab this body. I thought. I grab the body. Yep, that's the body. All right. How about showing it again? Thank you. And let's make it a symbol. There's no real immediate need for this, but I may need to do some things to it. This will help me separate it out, because as you can see, we have the head, we have the body, and we have the toes. Those are three separate symbols that we're using. I'm looking at the chat like you guys are paying attention to me there. I have a pair of eyes on my camera. This is funny. Let's see if I can show them just a little bit. See, I have a set of eyes drawn on my camera, so I have something to look at, and I never look at them. What was the point? Anyway, back to what we were doing. Boy, that is really dark on there. That is really, really, really dark. So, having seen what it looks like on the screen over there, and I do have a problem with everything printing really dark, because I use very subtle gradients of black. Let's take the midground And will it let me? Yes, it will. Let's bring that gray up a hair more than I would normally like. Let's see how that looks. That works better on at least camera over here as opposed to over here. So let's use that as a thumbnail or as a basis to work by. All right. By the way, have we made up any mind about wings? We also need the top. Do we need the pumpkin? Top of the pumpkin? We need a couple more pumpkins out here, but do we need the top of the lid of the pumpkin here? We'll think about it. Meanwhile, we are going to go all the way to, actually, we're going to go to here, insert a layer, and we're going to go foreground grass. It's a good thing I've not been hired for my typing skills, huh? All right. And in that foreground grass, we are going to be making, well, foreground grass. We're going to make it in an obnoxious color so we can see what we're doing. It's not too much. Lean the top against the side of the ground. Yes, wings for my bit. Vote. Got it. So yeah, the lid was actually going to be right here against, leaning against it, just out, slightly out of sight. And of course you cannot do this without having the Peanuts theme song going through your head. And if you can look at this and not have that song going through your head, I don't think you're human. And I would play it because I have a cool toy that plays it. It's Snoopy dressed up for Thanksgiving. But I don't want to get a strike against me for copyright infringement. All right, let's not do that one. And let's do. And I really don't think this is going to fill very well, but we're going to give it a whirl. See what happens. Yeah, nothing. I got nothing. Let's close small gaps. That was a little better. All right, and then let's grab this. Let's smooth it out a little bit. Oh, we missed a spot there. Let's go. Okay, fill you. And then I think we need a little there. And yes, you have to do it with the sound effects. All right. Now we're going to make this pure black because it's the closest thing to the camera. Lock everything down. Maybe we'll have a couple more tufts of tall grass. Gotta sneeze. Or not. Proof, I do breathe. I would like, okay. Don't know why it's not, there we go. Oh, thank you. They would say that in the Middle Ages because you would be dead by Tuesday. Let's get in here. Let's get a little closer. Let's put a couple of other big, tall, long pieces in here. Ooh, that's the wrong tool, although it would do the job. I want nice, thin pieces of grass in here as There's no mystery behind what I do. I just kind of scribble until it looks okay. Let's put a long one in here. Wrong button. Keep hitting the wrong button. I'm used to working with splines and not fills. But fills, in this case, really sell what it is I'm trying to create. Better. Here we go. All right, there's our foreground grass. I'm really happy with that. So we're doing good. I think we now need another layer right through here. So our midground is really going to be our foreground. That's what I'm thinking. And there needs to be a little picket fence or some kind of a fence thing here. Just kind of let us know where to patch. We're going to have a couple other pumpkins in here. I was going to originally have like these vines curling through here. We'll see. You know, nothing's off the table yet, but we're just kind of playing around with this. And if we wanted to, we could take the foreground grass because of the way I've drawn it. Where's the end of the, there it is right there. We could raise it up even a little bit. Yeah, I've got the music running through my head. Greatest piano riff ever written. I don't care if you don't like Peanuts. That riff is magical. That whole piece, if you only ever heard it in just the Peanuts, you need to listen to the whole piece. It's like the Pink Panther. It's the greatest sax piece ever written. You know, it's just gotta listen to the whole thing though by Chuck. Highly recommend it. Oh, my camera seems to have locked up, hasn't it? You guys can still hear me? Yeah. Let me fix my camera problem. But you can still see this, so I mean, that's good. It's just that guy in the corner is just, so let me fix that. Oh, technical difficulties. You gotta love it. I'm still here. I'm just walking around to the back of the computer. I remember the first time this camera cut out on me, and I was in the middle of a live stream, and I panicked. I mean, I absolutely panicked. Okay, give me just a second here. We're gonna go to the big camera. Ooh, just locked up in a beautiful face. You gotta love it. Let's go. I'm gonna open up the thing that controls the camera, and we're going to deactivate the camera, which should make everything go black. We're going to reactivate it, and I'm back. Like I said, the first time that happened, that freaked me out. I didn't know what was going on, and I think it has a lot to do with my computer. The camera could be an issue. I mean, it's not a bad camera. It's not a low-end camera. It's a lower-end camera, but it's not a bad camera, and it really does the job well. But it has its limitations, clearly. And so that's why I was trying to work with a DSLR camera, which I'm going to experiment with some more as we move forward. But anyway, back to the live action. Let's see what else we can do here. I really want that sky to be darker. But we're going to wait until we see what color the dragon is before we start making some major decisions. One decision I'm going to make is we're going to take the midground, turn it into the foreground layer, and then we're going to stick another layer behind that. Call it fence. I don't know. It just needs a fence. I don't know why. This piece needs a fence, but it needs a fence. So we are going to get rid of this. No. Said we're going to get rid of that. Thank you. I'm just going to draw little squares right now. And I think that little square doesn't need to be little squares. And then we're going to take that. We're going to copy it around a little bit. Let's see. Kind of helps sets the scale of the scene. And it's not going to be perfect. And let's hide everything but the foreground and the fence. We'll put this together. I'm going to take another one of these. We're going to put it off screen just for now. Like I said, I like having elements that are overdrawn. So that if I have to massage things, and I don't want this to be an even fence, and at some point I think I'm going to put the gate, so I'll probably get rid of this guy in here. But I just kind of want to get a feel for this piece. Yeah. And just kind of figure it out. These are going to be in silhouette, so again, I don't have to draw them too much. And stick this over here, and then we're going to stick another one out there. All right. Now let's unhide everybody. Let's see what, yeah. Yeah, let's get rid of this one and this one. Here we go. And then all I've got to do just kind of play around with it. Get rid of the foreground for the moment. Again, all silent on you guys, sorry. I'm concentrating. Oops. Sorry, being real focused, which does not make for good viewing for those of you who tune in just to hear my voice. But I just want to make sure I get these right. All right. So let's take this color right here. Let's take that color right there. Did I get it? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. Yeah, I did. Oops. Yeah, I guess that would happen there. Dink, 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 dink. Doink, 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 doink. Now, doink. Going to lighten it just a little bit more than I want. I've got to learn that. And we're going to take the outline. I guess I'll keep the outline for now. I'll make it the same color. Just so I can have it if I need it. Or do I need it? Let's see. Let's let's go the other direction with this. Let's make it darker. That's not as intended, but might read a little bit better, yeah. There. And it's got a little more blue to it too, so I like that. Now we're going to make the fence its own little thing. I'm going to go turn it into a symbol so I can play with it later. So I can do things like this. Let's add a filter, a blur of some sort. Just push it out of, so I can push it way out of focus if I want it, but I want a little out of focus. Like 4 is enough. There we go. And there's that. So now we have a sense of scale. A little bit more scale there. How's this coming along, guys? You liking it? Getting our colors down. I definitely gonna put some more pumpkins in there. They're gonna be more silhouetted, but you're gonna see the jack-o'-lantern parts really come out. I'm definitely gonna mute them down. Good stuff. All right. Riveting things on dragons. Let's put in another here. Oh, thank you for liking it. I'm beginning to like him a lot. And let's. Oh, it's gonna make me do this the hard way. I don't want to do it this way, but it's gonna make me do it. I have to actually physically draw before it'll do anything. I can't just go beak and put a dot down as I zoom in. Let's add a few. Oops, not that big. Little 3 there. Big one down there. You only see the big ones down low. I think we're gonna put them. I have to think about my gradient now, because if I put a moon in here, it's gonna still want to light as the moon is the light source. Oh, yay! Yeah, I love you. Thank you for liking my dragon. Let's go down to a 1. Will it let me do it? Oh, yeah, sort of. It's hard to do these little ones. So we're going to add some. We're going to add some stars, and it's not going to work with me. So we're going to cheat a little bit. Can I even grab that? Well, this will be entertaining. Yes, I can. Woo! Could also do that to it. Let's not do that. There we go. She spent the night and just got up, was excited to see this again. Well, we're going to be working on it probably next week as well. We're playing around with it. Get some stars in there. Is that another big one right over here? Maybe one there. So we get a little bit of a night sky going on. Is this spooky and Halloweeny enough? So I'm going to add another layer of grass right there. Let's first name this as stars, so I know what the heck I was doing. And what do? Save often. I do have the autosave on, but I don't always trust it. We need to put a crescent moon in here because I like the idea of the crescent moon. She has requested that I order her print when it's a Apparently I'm not done drawing and I have my first order. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh my. All right. Our pumpkin is too bright for this scene. We want the light to come from inside. So we're going to go to the front of the pumpkin. The pumpkin. Here's the inside. Where's the front? Pumpkin front. Here it is. And we're going to open this up. Actually, I may not have to do anything here because I can play with this before I go to doing anything with the colors themselves, because I can use color adjustments on this. And one of the things I can do is I can take the saturation down and I bring the color saturation down, which we're not touching the inside of the pumpkin, so it's going to stay really hot. And I think that might be a better solution. It's still orange, it's just not in your face orange. So we're gonna do this programmatically first before we get in there, but you know, oh God, why do I keep looking? It's still bright orange, and in fact, probably the crescent's going to be here. We're going to have a light. I like all my light sources coming from the upper right-hand corner. It's just so I can reuse art. It all is lit the same. My secret's out. So we are going to take our gradient tool again. Probably going to be our mid-tone. This is probably going to be our, I don't want it too red. Let's bring this up to here and put this in that territory. That works better. Now we don't want this yellow, but we do want it lighter. I feel like I'm playing with crayons. It's so much fun playing with color. All right. Oh, one small problem. This is reversed again. That's what I want. Now we're going to take the whole thing and do that, and then we're going to take this and play around with that just a little bit. Take this color down. Let's do the same to the outline. Now I don't know how that's going to look once we get in the desaturation. Ooh, that goes black. Perhaps it looks good here. So now let's take this, and since we've adjusted things, let's bring the saturation up just a little bit. Add a little more warmth. I can play around with the darkness, because this is, you know, whoa! Let's play around with that just a little bit more, because we still got work to do on this pumpkin. Details and textures and, you know, spots, and we're going to have some fun. But I like this. Now, the inside of the pumpkin is just not, it's not Thomas Kincaid bright. I remembered his name from last week, Thomas Kincaid. So I really want to do some Thomas Kincaid. So first things I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into its own symbol. And exact same thing. We're going to do a color adjustment. We're going to play around with this until get something that seems, I mean, I can really raise the saturation. seems to help. I can raise the brightness. I need a little bit of that orange in there, otherwise it won't sell. And that feels a little better. You love the shadowing on the pumpkin? We're getting there. We're not there. We still have all the details to put in. We're just kind of roughing things out. We're roughing out our scene. But I like this one. He's not so, oh, pumpkin. He's pumpkin, and this pumpkin feels like it's in the scene. Now, we still need color for this dragon. Blacks probably won't read well. Dark greens, purple, probably not going to work at all. But we can try all of these colors. Fuchsia, definitely not going to happen. Oof. Red might blend in with the lighting and everything a bit too much. I'm thinking a blue. But I'm going to leave that final decision up to you guys. Let's hear some colors. You can even leave them gray. But I think he needs some life in him. So think about some colors. I'm going to make another layer of grass probably right in here. So this is our foreground. So we need to put in a layer. Now this will be the true midground. Grass. It is the true midground grass as opposed to the false midground grass. We're going to grab that color right there. Get our brush, and we're going to say it's going to run through there. Sure, why not? Let's make it an obnoxious color. Boink. That works. Body here so we can play around with this. Let's go. No, we're not going to blow you out with all the pinks just yet. Well, I better. Just because it's easier. Oh, wow. Apparently, I suck when it comes to making a box. Ooh, I really suck when it comes to making a box. All right. Oh, ha! That's why. Okay, for fill. Let's go ahead and drop our gap down to here. Nope. Can't pull that off with this equipment. Where's the hole? Must be around here. It's like, just in case. Grab these corners. Doesn't matter because no one's going to see it. Ooh, dang. This is the right level. Yeah, that is right level. Wow. Looking for holes. Looking for holes. Nope. I know it gets tiring, sorry. Yeah, there's no holes here. So, what's the malfunction? Oh, there might be one behind the dragon I can't see. So let's hide everything but the midground. And there it is. Again, this doesn't matter as much. Wow, why are you not working with me? Okay, B. There we go. Obnoxious color achieved. Sorry about all the bright, but it's the best way to see what I'm doing on these darker outlines. And alright, let's unhide all. Whoop, whoop. And let's make this at least a tolerable color. Wow, let's hide you for now. That is not a good color. Let's grab that color and make you that. There we go. And let's add some grass. grass, man. I'm gonna do some grass. Now, since we've got most of this piece figured out, we don't have to do grass completely across it. I don't think I'm going to be adjusting this anywhere but up and down. Actually, this side of this go. Yerk. Zik. And froze again. Where? What froze? Oh no! What's frozen? Am I frozen? It's not frozen on my end. Don't freak out the artist. He's technically feeble. I don't mean I'm technically kind of feeble. I mean I'm technology feeble when it comes to the streaming. Dink, 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 dink. All right. Let's grab all of this. Smooth it a little bit. And play around with its placement. About there. I tend to like 3 layers. I might lighten. I might darken this one, but I'm learning that I need to lighten. So let's err on lighter. Okay, so now I need to fix the foreground because you can see the grays popping out here. And that's okay. We got this. This is pure black. We're going to take a honkin' big brush. Oh, yeah, we'd like to attack this layer. Thank you. Go. Put that honkin' big brush there. Am I still frozen, Lisa Lee? Save. All right. Here is where we are. I honestly think that foreground layer is now too dark. So, against my better judgment, I'm going to get rid of the black. We're going to take... It'll still be dark. I also want it in the blues. I don't want it in the warm. I don't want a warm gray. I want a dark. I'll put it there so it's not... Yeah, I need a little darker than that, though. I wish you could zoom in on this. There. I can live with that. A little more. Ow. And so to that end, I think I'll make that mid-ground just a hair darker. And then we'll do a gradient to this foreground color. And I think that'll work. Mid-ground. Hello. Hello. There's that. We're going to go just make this just teach. I mean teach darker. Oh, that's way more to teach. Let's not do that. Well, let's just make a gradient. Let's see what happens. We're going to make a linear gradient. We're going to only need two. We're going to start with this color. We're going to end with this color. There's not much of a difference there, is there? So we're going to end I'm not buying it. Foreground. Foreground. Let's unlock that. Now let's see if it'll let me do this. That's better. I wasn't buying that. So foreground, foreground. Doink. Now back to this. And now back to our regular scheduled insanity. Wow, yeah, that is not a happy. Can I snap off? There we go. Yeah, that's wild. And it's also upside down. Although it kind of works. This is kind of what I had in mind here. That'll work. Let's leave it like that for now. What do you guys think? We getting there? I have a pumpkin here, pumpkin there, maybe one on top of the fence. I think I need a layer here to nestle this pumpkin into the foreground. So still a lot of work to go, and we're an hour and a half in. This just flies by. Get in here and start messing with stuff. I thought we were moving pretty good, but apparently I'm moving slower than I thought. I am going to add one more layer right here. Just kind of nestle this pumpkin into all this foreground grass. But let's work with the moon first. I do have a moon that I use. And it would be kind of cool to do something with it, but I think in this case we just need to make a new one. So, first things first, we need a size. Now it's only going to be a crescent, but I think it needs to be here. Yeah, don't know why, it just feels like it needs to be here. Would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar. Would you like to be better than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? Oh, good. I'm glad. I was afraid you lost me there. Yay, you're back. Oops. We need this to be a full fill. And then its own thing. So do I. I need to upgrade very badly. Turning the moon into a symbol, so I can play around with some different effects. I may or may not want to do it this way. We shall see. But first things first. Now we're going to do another gradient. This is going to be a simple gradient. We're going to go from, it's going to be a radial. It's going to be from white to black. But this black is going to be at 0 alpha, which means it's going to be completely transparent. That's the theory anyway. And then we need more. Actually, you know what? Let's not do it that way. Let's make you a white transparent. Oops. Woo! No, no. No, 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 no. Let's not do that. Dink. There we go. Why is it still using the black? Oh, no, it's just the transparency. Got it. There, it gives us a slight glow. Which means I'm probably going to have to get rid of bits and bobs because the whole thing is not going to glow. It too will be bisected by a circle. And I have no idea how this is going to look. We can always undo it if we don't like it. Oh yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that at all. We'll come up with something else. Probably make the gradient tighter. But for now, we just need the slightest of glows. For now. We'll figure this out here in a little bit. Oh, I'm locked up again. Wow, I'm the one who needs to upgrade, boys and girls. Wow, let's see if I can do it without having to go around to the back of the camera. Just, what a face. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to unplug the camera. It's saying, no, screw you, hippie. All right, that's 2. To be fair, this has not happened in a while. So I was due. It's a good thing you're looking at the dragon and not me. Because apparently I lock up left, right, and center. There I am again. No matter where you go, there you are. Blink. Blink. There we go. So it's a good thing the dragon is the important thing here. But, hey, we're making some headway. I'm really liking the orange desaturation here. I'm really digging our sky. Closing in on the moon. I've not done a lot of crescent moons, and I kind of want to have that. This is me. I love when I look at the moon and it's in crescent, but you can still see the rest of the moon, and it just makes it so much closer, and you can see how the craters make the outline of the moon because of the shadow of the Earth on it, and it just seems closer, and it seems like you can touch it. There's something about standing on the surface of another world that is so appealing. Of course, I would like to be able to breathe, but still, there's something about surface standing on another world that is very appealing to me. I do think I'm going to try to add in one more grass layer because this needs to be tied in a little bit better. So we're going to go pumpkin, insert, I don't know what I would call this one, so we're just going to call this one grass for now. And I'm not even sure of the color at this point. So I'm going to go back to this. We're going to pick up our brush, and we're going to put that brush to, and I want it fairly tight. Kind of want it in here. And so we're going to, sorry, high pitch. Just cannot close a circle today to save my life. Okay. Now, this layer, which needs to be smoothed out a little bit, needs to come down because this is really part of the foreground grass, but its job is to kind of help tie everything together so that this pumpkin looks like it's nestled into the grass. So this will be a little bit different here. Let's B, thank you. I kind of want to piece like that. Grass is came now. I don't want that. That doesn't look good. I do want this though. Yeah. No. Nope. Maybe. Possibly. Let's do that. Dink. Let's do this. Yeah. Now we gotta figure out what this color is going to be. It's going to be lighter than this, darker than that. But, you know, printers don't like these subtleties. So let's, and again, I don't want it in the warm. I want it in. What would happen? Would it be so horrible if these were the same color? I have to undo this first. Now you know I need to name everything so I can find stuff. Let's do that. And then let's sort of, not what I had in mind. Let's try that again. There we go. Maybe a hair darker, but that's definitely along the lines I want. So let's make grass just a hair darker. There. That works for me. What do you guys think? Greetings from Florence, Italy. Hey, Paul, dude, lots of pictures. Paul, if you are listening, there is a marketplace, and I'm sure there's lots of them there in Florence. But if you get to Venice, there's a marketplace that has been in operation for over 1,000 years, and I'm sure there's a lot of them there, but there's like this main square, and I forget the name of it. Stand in the center of it for me, please. Take a picture. That is the spot I want to visit someday. I want to stand in a place that has had people trading and civilization for over 1,000 years, which right now would make it 1022, so it's not that long ago. I believe they've been in business longer than that, but greetings from Italy. Oh, yay! Well, then I want to just see pictures of the market. Enjoy Florence. It's a beautiful city from what I understand. I have a coworker that was in the military and was stationed out there. They have their version of the Renaissance where they do this mask hut. Really? Wow. Who thought the Mediterranean would get that hot? Well, sounds like you need to go to the beach and get in that water. Thank you for visiting and taking a moment out of your amazing vacation. I look forward to seeing the pictures. So we're here doing our little dragon. Oh, yay, yay, send me the link. We're doing our little dragon. We need some fireflies, definitely need some fireflies. And I think we're gonna start putting in some pumpkins now. We're gonna add a couple more pumpkins in here. Have we come to a thought on the color of this little guy? I know, it's freaking hard. So what I'm going to do, oh yeah, we're definitely putting fireflies in this bad boy. Which one's this one? That's that one. So, hey John, thank you for sharing the stream. Insert a layer. Probably spelling it wrong anyway. Well, you know what? That's a good thing. We're going to do that. We're going to go and do something like that. We're going to use this as our basis. So we're going to copy this guy. I think he needs to be squished because pumpkins are not perfectly round. They're a little squished. But I need to turn my snaps off for this. Squish. Squish. Lime or emerald green. Okay. Greens are a possibility. And this one's going to have to get buried in the grass. So let's do another one over here. Oops. Over here, but smaller. Doggone it. I got to quit oh. Haha. That would be helpful. Now I can do this. Swear, operator error. I keep letting go of the Alt key before I let go of the mouse. And that says, oh, you've changed your mind. No. Okay, back to what I was attempting to do. So I'm just throwing some circles in here for some possible pumpkins. And I said we should put one on the fence, didn't we? Let's see how that would look. We're going to have to small but smaller. So these are some possible placements of other jack-o'-lanterns. Aqua. Interesting. You guys are making me work for this, aren't you? Right there in the grass. Okay. I think we're getting something here. What do you guys think? We just aqua, lime green, aqua in this lighting. All that yellow coming up. Really gonna make me work on this, aren't you? All right. Well, making me think about it. Oh, wrong color. Didn't I just grab this color? Throwing in some clouds. Seeing how I feel about them. Aqua, lime green, emerald green. I say to you guys. Alrighty, let's play around these clouds. Nope. Don't like that. Oh, that's a little more interesting. Kind of a, yeah. So we're going to make this symbol. We can always add to it or take away from it if we wish. We're definitely going to make this sort of transparent. We'll play around with some colors on it later, but we're definitely going to add a filter of blurring because they're going to be out there. I like depth of field. I know the moon's not blurred yet. I guess it could be. Don't need it though. Let's see how the moon looks pushed out of focus. But that glow doesn't work very well. So let us remove that. Let's do the same for the clouds. Let's not push them out so far with depth of field. I need a little fuzziness on them. Not a lot. All right. Aqua. Emerald. Ooh. But you know what? I don't have any better colors either, so. Aqua. Emerald. Lime. That's a bright dragon. Alright, well, let's take a minute to throw some colors onto the head. First things first, we're going to save. Next, we're going to go to the dragon head. And let's throw some lime green on him. Let's unlock everything first. Weep. Here we go. Really? Work with me. Here we go. Lime. Green. Alright, let's go back over here. Whoop. Try filling the face with aqua and then green to see how it looks with everything. Alright, we can try that too. Here's lime. That's a bright dragon. I mean, not inappropriate because I have some very bright dragons. In fact, when I was first doing prints, I would have black and white prints made, and then I would take Mongol colored pencils and I would hand paint each print, which made it an original. And my dragons were always this bright green like this. I always went for the brightest greens I could find. So this is not out of character for my dragons. I'm just wondering how. Well, let's do this. Let's leave the green for the sake of leaving it for the moment, and let's do the little thing I did with the color adjustments. Let's bring the saturation down. Let's bring the darkness down. I'll see we lose its eyebrows. We don't want to do that. Let's bring this to 0 again. Oops, that's 9. 0. Doink. So we can play around with, I mean, here's what he started off as. We're just adding some color to him. So because we want to desaturate him because he's in the night sky, you know, and then we also want all the underlying highlights to be really bright, this is a direction. Let's put this at 0. Let's go back to the head. And so an emerald green would be more along this lines. And we're just playing colors right now. We're just playing with the colors. We're not committing to anything. It says a light purple. Here's the emerald-ish green. You guys are trying to kill me, I know it already. So I would say that this as a shadow color might work if we used green. So let's see if we can do an aqua real quick, and then we'll try a light purple. That's a pretty good aqua. Let's go a little bluer than that. That's a pretty good one. It should be nice to get an aqua green. It's a little light. I can see a little more green. There we go. A little more green. Yeah. A little more green. Let's try this. Light green's better than dark. I agree. Oh, whoops. Let's try this aqua now. I gotta admit, I've never done an aqua dragon before. Oops. Wrong button. Wink. Liked the bright contrast to the pumpkin in the light green. Okay. Votes are coming in. So here's this guy. Now let's do the blue that I generally like to do. Let's do a darker blue on him. Just a hair. And let's see how it looks. I don't think this is going to be our winner. That's for sure. I think this will be too dark. Alright, and so here's the blue. I think he'll blend in too much, so we definitely need a pop color. I'm going to have to agree with you on that there. Let's see. Light green's kind of... Ooh, aqua was cool too. Not a fan of the dark blue though. No, there's no pop. I agree. There's absolutely no pop here. So, aqua was cool. Let's go to the other end of this spectrum. It might blend them in too much. We said a light purple, so let's try the light purple now. It's a good looking purple. I don't know if it's going to work, but there's our purple. About pink. We'll try pink. I'll try any color once. Aqua better than dark blue. Pink is a great color. All right. All right. So far, there's a lot going towards the aqua, the lime green. I'm betting this purple will get some love, but I think it's a little too pastel. Let's try pink. What the hey? We've got a few more minutes here. Let's go with duh pink. It don't get any more pink than this. This is like duh pink. That might be too much, but that is pink. Sounds like we're leaning towards aqua. Purple doesn't pop. No, it really doesn't. And if I used a darker purple, it would blend too much into this night sky. We really want him to pop. We want the pumpkin to pop, or at least the inside of the pumpkin to pop. I don't hate this fuchsia / pink. I don't hate it, but I'm thinking the aqua, maybe a green aqua, kind of a little more green to it, like the pink and aqua. Okay. Does not like the pink. Okay. We are getting some interesting feedback. So, let's play with this aqua real quick. Now I gotta find a bloody thing. I think it was this one. Let's see what kind of gradients I can get out of this. But let's put this one back to this. Let's see what people think about it. I think a little more green to him, personally. Lime or aqua pop the best. I agree. And I'm going to see if I can combine both of those worlds. So, welcome to the wonderful world of gradients. We are going to do a radial. There's some nice greens in there. We're going to start with this color. Going to work our way towards, ooh, I like that. Oh, we also want this to be, let's work a shadow color in here. Like that. Now, this might be a little hard to work with, we'll see. I'm not 100% sold on this gradient, but we're going to give this a whirl. So the first things we are going to do with this, I'm going to grab all these pieces. Oops, not that piece. Doesn't matter. And we're going to probably right there on the cheek. Gonna be your best bet. I missed the nostril. Ignore the dark nostril. How's that work for you guys? And again, let's go through the desaturation process just to see right about there. That's where I think it should be. That way when I do the oranges and everything that's coming out from underneath. What do you guys think about this combination? I'm going to fix the nostril. It's driving me crazy. Hang on. You. Nope. You. Use that. Thank you. You like the mix? And I'll play around with it. I'm going to have to adjust it a little bit to get the shadows and the highlights, but I think this is putting us on the right path. Let's go to the toes. Let's open up the toes real quick. Let's grab, and these are really rough gradients, so again, really? Is this backwards? Oh well. We can fix it. Oh, that's why. Let's not do that. Nope. There we go. Dink. There we go. And come back over to here. What do we have this set at? Oops. This is set at -35, and let's not multiply. Good grief. Filters, adjust color. -35, saturation. Just kind of give it a feel, and we'll work on the body here. So, how's that working for you guys? I'm going to have to play around with how I lay the gradients in. I'm going to have to play around the shadows. I'm going to have to figure out what the fringe, there's a name for that. Someone told it to me once and I can't remember it. But that fringe will probably end up being that pink or that purple because it's a nice contrast color. But we're getting there, and those circles represent where I think pumpkins should be. I think we're getting there. I'm thinking we're getting there. Let's do one more thing, and then I'm going to have to wrap this up because we're over the 2-hour mark. I thought I had a nice brown in here. Fine. Be that way. I'm going to come out to here. Yeah, we need to lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, kind of a... There we go. Just for now. Oh, that's... No. Teeth should not be that color. No. Nope. There we go. Blink. And we go out here to his claws. His toesies. Real quick, we'll toss in some claw color. Like I said, these are real rough colors. These are not... This is not even close to a final project. But I think we're closing in on what he needs to look like. Now, the body is going to be a good challenge. And I think we're going to start with whatever my shadow color is going to be to the black is what it needs. So for the moment, let's grab this. Well, actually, I need to come back here and just grab a color real fast. Actually, no, I need to create a gradient real fast. And we're going to do linear gradient. We're going to get rid of this, get rid of that. Actually, you know what? That's probably going to be our shadow color, so let's drag that to here, and then this is black. We already know that this is black. And then there's quite a bit of... So, we've got that chosen. We're going to put that here. I'm going to flip this around because that's the way things are around here. Let's go ahead and do a little more of that. And then that kind of looks like shadow. Let's lock it all down. And with some tweaking, I think we're closing in on this bad boy. A couple of bats, some vines maybe. I like the way the grass is nestling the pumpkin, and I like how the pumpkin has come out, and there's more detail that needs to be added to that. But what do you guys think? File save. And then we'll do a lot more work with the dragon. I'm going to leave it off right here, and we're going to continue. I won't touch it. It'll be just like this when we start next week. we made a lot of progress on this piece. I'm very happy. Thank you guys for all your input. Yeah, it is just as fun to draw with you guys as it is. I'm hoping for you guys to watch me draw. The feedback and the back and forth is really nice. I really do enjoy it. Thank you very much. And for those of you who are watching this after the fact, thank you for getting this far into the video. We're running a little bit long today, but we were having a lot of fun and experimenting with a lot of odds and ends. So thank you very much for sticking around. And if you enjoy this content, share, like, hit the notification bell, whatever platform you're on, get it out there to your friends, or find a way to be notified when I go live. It helps a lot. I'm trying to grow the community, not necessarily to make $1 or anything. I just kind of want to grow the community. I want to get people excited about cartooning. I love cartooning. I love drawing. And I love my little baby dragons. We're going to have some fun with him. But like I said, share this with everybody. Show it to everybody. If you know anybody who might be interested, I am working in Adobe Animate, which used to be called Flash. All of this is done in vectors. And that's a little bit different for some people. There are some amazing artists who work in nothing but Flash. May miss next week, but going to Colorado. Well, how dare you go to Colorado? Catch a few minutes. Yay, thank you very much for all the time you spend with me. Even if it's a few seconds, I'm very appreciative of this. I want everybody to know that you're loved. You're very loved, not just by me, but by those around you. And you are deserving of that love, very much so. The world is hard enough out there. There's enough cruelty out there. We just don't need to beat ourselves up. We need to love ourselves, because we can't love those around us if we don't. And if you see somebody, even if they don't want it, that you care and love, give them a hug. Reach out to them. Let them know that they matter, because you matter to me. You guys are my fans and my family and my friends. I couldn't be more blessed. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching this feed. We will pick up from here next week. I will for sure need two prints. Ooh, purple! Plur! Plur? Plur? Plur! Don't know what plur is, but plur! I love it. You guys take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next week.